Good morning folks and welcome to today's vlog. If you don't like watching my vlogs, then I probably wouldn't watch this video. There is going to be a few more vlogs coming your way over the next 2 weeks because first of all, I don't have a cameraman here. Louis is gone and I probably won't see him again for 2 weeks, and second of all, I have more time on my hands, so that means there's more time for me to ramble on to you guys about what I've been up to. And in this video I'm going to talk about what I've been up to this summer. What a weird summer it has been. Certainly not the one that I had hoped for when I moved out here. Came out here beginning of July, full of excitement and anticipation, not really knowing what to expect. Everybody was asking me, Mike, what is the island like? Is it worth coming to? Is Ibiza shut? Well, the first month I was here, it kind of felt like normal, apart from the fact that all the clubs were closed and everything shut at 2 AM. But it was still a lot of fun. There was a lot of people coming in and out of the island, and it did sort of have that old Ibiza charm and magic in the air. But mid-August, that all changed. Countries from around Europe and around the world started to impose a quarantine for any tourists who had been to Spain, which basically meant that less people were coming to the island. With less people here, local businesses struggled, restaurants, beach clubs, bars and so on. So a lot of them were forced to shut doors early on. The season, if you could call it a season, only really lasted a month or maybe 6 to 8 weeks, if that. And since then, throughout all September and October, the place has been pretty much like a ghost town. I'd probably say the hardest hit area without a doubt was being played in Bossa. This place is usually absolutely rammed throughout the entire season, but this year it's been dead all summer. Earlier on in the year, Ushuaia announced it wasn't going to open, and also High, which used to be Space, that wasn't going to open either. And because these two places draw so many people to this area, a lot of other surrounding places, bars, restaurants and smaller clubs and hotels, they just didn't bother to open because they knew nobody was going to be in this area. So it has been very strange every time I pass through here, and it is quite depressing to see the place, which is usually so full of life, completely lifeless. I do feel for a lot of the business owners who've been royally shafted by this year's events. A lot of the people who live here and have businesses make the majority of their money throughout the summer months, which lasts them until the next season. And obviously this year there hasn't really been a season, so they're going to struggle massively to try and tick over until the next season. That is, if there is a next season. On the plus side though, less tourists has meant that the roads have been quieter, which has meant that driving around the island this summer has been an absolute joy. My love for driving has without a doubt returned. It kind of disappeared after living in the city. 2 years living in central London. Anyone who's lived in central London knows that driving is an absolute pain in the ass. And even driving in Dubai, it's just straight highways, and half the people in Dubai don't even know how to drive, so it's not exactly an enjoyable experience. It's more stressful than anything. But out here, it's been the complete opposite. Empty roads, winding through nature, going through mountains, looking at trees, top down, getting a tan, blasting music with a Spanish baddie in the passenger seat. It doesn't get better than that. So I'm going to give you my review of the Jeep Wrangler. Not that anybody asked for it, but I'm going to give you my thoughts on it anyway. So, driving it all summer, overall it's been a very enjoyable experience. Couple of downsides. First one is it's a big car, so parking isn't ideal sometimes. Second of all, it does have the turning circle of a drunk hippopotamus. Thirdly, the Bluetooth connectivity is a bit of a pain in the ass. And fourth, this is probably the worst part, the roof. I don't think it looks very good with the roof up, and putting it up and down is a nightmare, especially if you're trying to do it by yourself. There's been a few times I tried to do it by myself when it started raining, and I just got caught in the rain and drove around with no roof. So yeah, it'd be much better if there was just a button and it did it automatically. On the plus side, it turns heads. It's got a good sound system. You can fit all your mates in it, and it does handle a lot of tricky terrain. So if you're coming to Ibiza and you're thinking of a car to rent, it's probably one of the best ones you can get. So here we are, Playa Cestalina's, one of my favourite spots on the island. Just making the most of it and what the Mediterranean has to offer, because I will not be seeing it again for quite some time. I'll be heading back to the Middle East, back to Dubai, and in all honesty I am looking forward to it. I definitely needed a break from it end of May. It was getting a little bit repetitive, a little bit stale, and way too hot. Like, anyone that's been to the Middle East in the summer, it is unbearably hot, so coming here was very refreshing. Even though I come here almost every year, there was a hell of a lot I actually haven't seen. So this year was a great opportunity for me to do so. And I think the majority of people who come to this island, they actually don't see the true beauty of Ibiza. And that's why I like it so much, because it's got a little bit of something for everyone. And even this year, the main attraction, the clubs not being open, a lot of people, including myself, I was a little bit skeptical of what the summer would be like, but it's turned out to be amazing. I don't think there's anywhere else I would have rather been this summer. It's been perfect for me, so I'm very much appreciative of the summer I've had, and I'm looking forward to going back to Dubai and living in the city once again. Gym time.
Called the first one savage, mode my mood, that's what it was. 2016 we was running around, beat niggas up in the club. I know she around for the money, but act like she loyal, I don't for the love. I'm so rich, get bored, might wake up, buy me a car just cuz. Her titties is hard cause she spent the 5, my bitch titties cost me a dub.
I want to give a quick shout out to my 2 little assistants who have been helping me film this. Obviously Louis not here to film the session, so they do a good job. They don't really speak much English, but hey, it doesn't matter. So I never would have imagined it, but coming here I ended up getting in the best shape of my life, which didn't expect to happen. Obviously with a lot of things being closed, less temptation, less drinking, less partying, more sleep has done absolute wonders for my training, recovery, and just overall well-being. I think I definitely peaked in terms of my condition, maybe like end of August, but it's very hard for me to maintain such low levels of body fat for that long. I wasn't 6%. A certain someone said I was 6%. I certainly was not. I'd say when I got to my lowest, I was probably around 8, 9 lowest. I store a lot of body fat on my lower back and in my thigh region. And just a disclaimer as well, when you saw me do my training split videos, when you see me there, that is me when I'm fully pumped up. Like, I do not look like that normally. A lot of times when you see me on Instagram or you see me doing training videos, I'm like fully pumped up during or after a session. And unfortunately, that pump does not last. So don't let that deceive you and think that I look like I'm walking around completely pumped and shredded all the time, because that is not true. In terms of what I have planned for my split and so on, I'm going to be doing a deload week next week where I'm doing a lot of traveling, moving to Barcelona, there for a few days. Training will probably be a bit weird, and then off to Dubai as well. Bit of change in time and so on. So the deload week is something I do every now and then. I'm going to talk about that in another video. In terms of alcohol intake as well, a lot of people seem to think that when I stopped doing the 6 month sober that I just went on a mad one. I didn't go on a mad one. I had a few days / nights where I did drink, but that was it really. It was only a handful of times. And I think now realistically when I go back to Dubai, I'll probably do, I don't know if it'll be another 6 months sober, but I certainly have no interest in doing any drinking at all. It's better to just, for me, just not drink than just have a couple of drinks. In other news, it's been a very successful summer for Thirst, my clothing brand. We've managed to sell out on pretty much every single launch, which was good considering quite a lot of people didn't go traveling this summer, and swim shorts is kind of the key item which you take when you go traveling. But every launch we managed to sell out. One of the most difficult things I've noticed so far is just trying to accurately determine how many pairs of each size to order. Okay, so how many mediums, how many larges, how many extra larges, and so on. But it's been a learning process, and obviously the reds, they've always been selling out the fastest. I had to bring out a few more designs. I did mention the white ones before. I said I wasn't going to bring them out because of the potential pipe which would be shown on display if you got them wet, but I was wearing them and I actually really like them. I've been wearing them in the gym as well, so I decided just to bring them out. It's just a case of me playing with different designs and seeing which ones sell well and which doesn't really sell that well. Everything which I have available is on the website. I'm not going to bring out new designs until early next year, maybe like March time, so it'll give me some time to play around with different designs and bring some of the hottest styles out in 2021. Anyway, moving into the winter and the colder months, yes, I will be bringing out more items. I'll be bringing out t-shirts, vests, tracksuit bottoms, and other accessories such as little bags like these. I've been trying them out. Very nice, good material, cool zip. This is just a sample. The next one that actually comes out is going to be better. It's going to be more durable with a thicker zip. So lots of exciting things coming up in the pipeline. So that is the vlog, folks, and that is an update of how my summer has been and what I'm doing in my life right now. 3 more days left on the island, and then I will be moving onwards to the next adventure, starting a new chapter. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you have, and I'll see you soon.